Hello everybody and welcome back to another Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde video. This is not the penultimate of the new beginnings, but this is a pretty late one. I'm actually going to start getting Grand Hex, which I have not yet. You can actually see it is still blocked out. I've unlocked a few things. As you can see, I've sort of gone around the web, just in my farming. I mean, I was doing a lot of farming lately. I've not yet finished the Shadow Shuriken, but they're just so expensive, and I need these swarms. I have not done the heroic version or hard mode version of this map. So that's the plan. We will be heading to the Spine Dunes. One thing to note is Cleave is in its full force. With where we were, Cleave was fairly easily gotten to be full force, and I did it. It just makes the farming that much easier. So we are going to be showing off the full potential of the Cleave. Well, almost the full potential. I mean, we were obviously missing some crit here, some damage over here. I did accidentally get this more mining nodes, which, won't be a bad thing, but it was definitely an accident. And, some damage reduction. I did not get this damage up here, and there's a couple more crits along the way, like over here. So it's not full force, but it is, it is all it needs to be. Let's just say that. This will be the last run focusing on the Cleave, I believe. After this, we're going to go back to focusing on some other things. As we can see, also, Orbital Fire is rank 3, which I've done a video on. Arrow is almost there. We need some more Vite Chickens, just for 3 damage, though, so that's not necessarily a huge necessity. The real thing is down here, Arrow Tier 3. I've almost maxed out, but I need some of these big boys over here. The tubby Screeblers. And that's why we're going over to where we're going. So today, that is the plan. We will be dominating this Spine Dunes with our supremely lovely Tier 3 Cleave. And I think it is very fitting. I mean, from what we were doing, we were getting regularly more and more powerful. And this is sort of the culmination of, even before you are doing this in heroic or hard mode, which is, I would say, probably the hardest one level-wise. At least it was at one point. The exploding enemies are ridiculous. They have a lot more health in general. So this is definitely a hard one. As you can see, we have 27% crit. Just from one crit level, it's already pretty awesome. 25% attack size gain, so we're gaining 2.5 per level, which is massive, I mean, when you think about it. So, yeah, you can already see your Cleave right now is already massive, so we're in a very good place. I'm taking a few hits, but early on, again, life is a resource. The whole goal is to get these experience orbs, get the levels, get to where you need to be, and we're going to go for, fairly standard build. I think my last talent now will be essentially anything. I don't want it to necessarily mess up Cleave, but it can be essentially anything. Maybe Bone Shot, maybe, let's go with Tornado. Tornado might technically mess with Cleave, but if we can get some points into it, it is always a lot of fun. And we got a pet. Fantastic. But these little buggers, literally, I have to kill so many of these things, and so that's a pretty big focus. So these and the big boys, they are the ones that we desperately want. Tornado-wise, I do like to increase number first. I think number is probably your best bet. The good option as well is size. What do we got? Magnet, or experience. I'll go with Magnet. It's early enough on this character that Magnet is still very impactful. I do believe on this character specifically, this is pretty much the only character that if it's late game, Magnet does lose some of its usefulness. Not entirely. I mean, it's always useful. I mean, you can never get, full screen clearing, so to speak. But the usefulness does drop off, just because once you're at level 70 or 80, you have massive reach anyway. So it's sort of a nicety at that point. So we have these bomb guys are the ones I was talking about. They are hitting me. They are quite fast. We are actually playing with the affix of 30% speed for both them and us, which is honestly the most balanced one. Does make the game technically more difficult because you have to adjust much faster. But at the same time, all of the others, I mean, don't get me wrong, getting 10% more experience is fantastic. I mean, it's essentially a free pet. But 30% movement speed is 3 free pets, when you think of it that way as well. So, the key with it is the fact that you get the 30% and they get it, right? Where if you just have the 10% experience gain, you have 10% experience gain, but they still get 10% move speed. So their move speed is actually outpacing you at the base level. So with a 30%, at least there is no outpacing. You are pretty much... I don't really care for mining speed. Critical strike chance, don't really need it that much. So let's just all in on the range. That way, once we get all of our range in place... Oh, did I? Oh, I let him hit me. Oh, and I didn't take cooldown. I'm a fool! It's perfectly fine. So yes, even though the range, I do say, is not that useful, once you max out Cleave with all of its upgrades, it's pretty massive. So, you know, I won't say no to the Mag Slime. So, but at the same time, if I saw something that I was like, ooh, I would rather have that, you know, big text, something like that, more size is always good. If I had the more experience there, it would have been quite good as well. But, you know, it just didn't happen, and that's perfectly fine. Definitely just say to mining. No to mining speed, though. Referencing the chart from before, I don't know why mining... these are the guys that we need a lot of. We need 100 in some of these guys, so this is not going to be pretty. Not to mention, we're already getting fairly surrounded, and me not taking that one attack speed is definitely hurting already. So, and look at how fast these bomb guys are. They are so fast. And again, this is with us being even speed, you know, when we're even with our bonuses. So, them not being even, it's almost unfair. And this is after they got nerfed. So this is post nerf. My health is definitely dwindling. Maybe we'll get a Hardy or something that will effectively save us, but we did not. We got some digging for loot. Slither. You know what? It may be the thing that kills something that doesn't hit us. Because right now, the bombs are coming. The bombs, they come. Definitely getting on the low side. I need this boss dead at this point. Because I need his lovely chest. Oh, and there we go. We got our chest. We avoided that bomb guy. We got this bomb guy dead. And luckily, because we do have 2 mag slimes, we can open this chest from this side and should be able to pick up pretty much anything. Again, getting a little low. Not feeling that safe. But, you know, I think we're not yet out of the picture. Well, now we might be. Not a single heart. Okay. Now I'm scared. Not a single heart there. That's a scary thought. Luckily, we're getting the speed up. If I had that one more speed, I would be in basically glory mode right now, but I do not. Just have to make sure we do not die to a single thing at this point. 5 health. 5 health is definitely on the oh no spectrum. Oh, but we have a shop right there. Thankfully, we have a shop. Gotta make sure we get all of our free experience from these lovely experience-giving guys. We're gonna hit this shop before we hit the mine for 2 reasons. One, oh, should hit the chest first. Oh, but will that be deadly? We got a heart from it. Perfect. So we'll get our money. And just so you know, these purple scarabs, these are needed for the scythe or cleave ability. It is needed for its +1 damage banner, which is fantastic. We will buy some hearts in this place. We're going to buy Hardy as well. And I do like big techs. Scoop is nice, especially early on, but we're just going to go for blue runes. We're going to start needing to collect a lot of them. So the more we can get, the better. And there we go. We're already back up to 70. You know, was I worried? Maybe a tiny bit. don't get me wrong, it was definitely a little close. What was it, down to 3 health at one point? But, hey, just goes to prove that 3 is all you need. And especially with Hardy now, as you can see, Hardy already digging up, I believe, the second heart, and the hearts are healing for quite a bit. We survived, got through, close call avoided. Whew. I can breathe just a wee bit easier, I will say. Our crit rate approaching 50%, which is honestly massive. Our damage is quite high. We can start getting our shurikens up for the final boss. Tornadoes, I mean, these guys aren't even, a thing. They're more of a quote-unquote inconvenience at best. And again, I will say this about these enemies in particular, they're actually more of a convenience. If you find yourself getting completely surrounded, especially by the smaller mobs, but they can hit a little bit harder, the tornadoes hit for next to nothing. I think their base is 5, I want to say, so if you have any damage reduction, it'll be even less. So if you get hit by a tornado, they explode for, I can't say the exact number of damage, but they do an explosion, which can kill pretty much all the small enemies around you. So you won't get super mobbed. So if you are in a position where you are getting low on health, getting surrounded, and these tornadoes are coming, just make sure you turn your back to them. Let one, let's see, poke you in the back. Maybe it'll happen. Poke you in the back, and see, it kills the ones around me. Gave me a little bit of breathing room. Again, back up to full health, so breathing room, I mean, it is what we make it at this point. We really need to hunt the bugs and the big guys now. Thankfully, these little oozes with the bone do spawn bugs, so killing them is actually pretty pertinent and important right now. But yeah, we're sitting very pretty. I don't really see this failing at this point, outside of the last boss potentially, and this last boss, I think, is the most do-nothing of all bosses. So it's just, can we make sure shurikens are firing in the right direction? Because this last boss does have a lot of health. That is the one thing going for it. It does have a big ol' health pool. But that's about it. I mean, it summons tornadoes, which if one hits you, it kills all the other ones around. So, again, tornadoes sort of don't work well with each other. And it just slowly walks to you. Spooky. So this is another one of the maps where basically if you get through that early phase, you're golden. However, as you saw, I mean, even with my tier 3 cleave, I didn't get all of my speed upgrades and things. Now also at the same time, I did miss a speed upgrade for, I think it was a size or something like that. That was just, quick clicking, not really thinking too much while I was talking. I definitely would have chosen the speed there because, I mean, you got to, basically. I am looking forward to the devs changing that. However, it does, quote-unquote, make me worried because if it is changed, I mean, obviously we're not going to start at this speed, so how is it going to work? I don't know. I mean, maybe it does start at the speed, but, damage is severely limited and crit is even more limited and things like that. That would be pretty amazing as well. I would take that very happily. Let's just get some more purple runes. Again, we don't need to buy our purple crystals. Blue runes, purple crystals, amber fire things. We don't need to buy pets anymore, basically. Our pets are pretty solid. If anything, I chose Slyther because the bombs were coming at me, and I had, maybe that 1 point of damage would have been the thing that was killing a bomb in one hit. It wasn't, but if it was, that 1 damage could have put me over the edge. So that's the reason behind Slyther. So him right now is actually, I wouldn't say weak. I mean, it's the weakest. But it will help with the shurikens, especially. Once our crit gets 100%, his existence is essentially 3 damage per hit. And you hit a lot. 36 times in 3 seconds, 3.6 seconds, I think, something along those lines. So, That does add up to quite a bit of damage, let alone should we level him up. I definitely won't be leveling up Mag Slime anymore. No reason whatsoever for that. Level 2 is beyond good with this character. Any other character with a max rank Cleave, I mean, it does not hurt. You can see how big it is compared to the previous videos. I mean, it is monstrous. So, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. But again, my goal is for this to be the last time that I am highlighting the Cleave in this series because, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, Cleave is amazing. And it won't be like this forever, so it's one of those use it while you have it, and I will for farming off screen. But realistically, the beauty of this game is as all weapons power up, everything does become viable. I'm very much looking forward to the character comparisons that I was doing before. I don't believe I have yet done a Conrad Arrow video, so once I do complete the Arrow itself, which I'm hoping to do for tomorrow's video, I will be, or for, yeah, tomorrow's video when this goes out. I do film a day early. Ideally speaking, we will get, or I will have that set up so I can do a Conrad comparison of what a max rank, max size Cleave can do. Hopefully I'll get big text. Can't guarantee that. But, you know, I believe Conrad's the size. Unless this is healing. Oh, I'd have to double check. If it is healing, you know, we can see how much healing it does. But based on the video, which I have done, and please check out, where I compare all of the weapon affinities. It's been a little while, especially since I reset everything. But I compare every weapon and its affinities based on a character, which characters I think it works best on, how it works well. I mean, for the most part, for me personally, Vivian does take the bucket just because more experience is more levels in those weapons, and getting them to high levels is how you get them to insanity. So levels to me are best, but Maxine and Conrad have some very, very cool, interesting synergies. I'm also a big fan. Maxine would be my second favorite, Conrad third. And third favorite is the one I can't even think of his name, but I actually use him as my avatar, so good on me. I do think he looks awesome, but he's a survival character. I mean, just pure healing, no speed downside, but at the same time, no damage reduction. So he is a fantastic character in terms of survival, but I've always felt from the beginning the best way to survive is to kill things. You know, if you're having trouble killing things because you missed out on 3 levels because you couldn't suck in the experience with that, or the experience isn't dropping. Honestly, the 25% increased drop chance for experience is, I mean, I think that's a bit overpowered. I mean, every time I play on other characters, it feels like that 25% is significantly higher than 25%. I mean, I'll kill like 8 mobs to get 1 level versus, you know, 4, or I guess it's like 5. Like 8 to 9 versus 5. Pretty much 5 at max. So, I don't know. That's almost 50%. So, I don't know. It seems very impactful. And if you make your builds around that, so like right now, Tornado is actually a detriment to me. As you can see, I'm in a position where nothing can get close to me as long as I even just move left and right. Nothing can get close to me. So if Tornado kills anything, it doesn't get the bonus. So Tornado is a detriment. Orbital Fire is my last ditch. Hey, it's within my range, it's behind me, I don't want to turn around, I'm doing something, get hit by Orbital Fire. Especially as it being rank 3, it does 12 damage with Sliither. I think it starts at 10 or 11. So it's a great just thing to have. And realistically, we have not gained very many levels. Level-wise, we are still quite low. So we'll shurikens be enough? I don't know. I mean, where are they at? I mean, they're at 23 with 8 damage, 4 crit, 6. Our number is super low. If ideally we will get 4 more points in number as soon as possible. Number is the most important element for that. Cooldown is actually the least important element, oddly enough, where cooldown is the most important on essentially every weapon in the game, except for the Shadow Shurikens, because the cooldown never gets that impactful. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is impactful, going from 5 point something seconds to 3 point something seconds at max level. But the real key with cooldown is for weapons like Cleave, where you're going from 1.8 seconds to 0.3. You're so much faster. But with the Shurikens, you're not even double speed. Not even double your speed. It doesn't even reduce it by half. So that's 10 levels for not even reducing it by half. Where number-wise, you're going from 6 to 36. I mean, it's insanely impactful. Now, we're not killing them too fast, but I think we're doing okay. He's already down 2,000 out of it, and you can just see the Cleave still racking in the experience. That's the beauty of this boss, is you can still level up on him for quite a while, thanks to these just coming in from all directions. And done. We got it. Look at the Shurikens. Again, not that powerful yet, but they did the job. Well, now Cleave is. Easy work. That is the return of the Cleave. Always feels good. Let's check to see how we did on just those 2 things that we were kind of looking for. But this map is lovely for the massive amount of blue runes thanks to its ×3 multiplier. The purple crystals were quite nice. Can be better. Definitely can get higher than that, but was not too terrible. And 50 red ambers that we have there, or yellow ambers, or orange ambers, or colors. But we got a fair bit, 1 to 2 more runs depending on how well we are able to kill them, and we will have this done, which I will be doing for the next video. Over here, I do need to find more Viking chickens. In the Hinterlands map, I will try that. I can't guarantee I will have that, unfortunately. And then somewhere I needed the bees. I forgot which one it was, and I'm not gonna make you stick around while I look for it. So, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy hunting. If you have anything you'd like to see, anything, at all, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy hunting!